I've been looked over twice over. I failed 100 different times, but I'm still on the grind. It don't define me. Don't care if they believe. Manifest the vision that no one else can see. I put in that effort like the underdog. Sweat on my brow with my back against the wall. I've been going through this life like the underdog. I'm working hard like an underdog. I've been looked over twice over. I failed 100 different times, but I'm still on the grind. It don't define me. Don't care if they believe. Manifest the vision that no one else can see. I put in that effort like the underdog. Sweat on my brow with my back against the wall. I've been going through this life like the underdog. I'm working hard like an underdog. I've been looked over twice over. I failed 100 different times, but I'm still on the grind. It don't define me. Don't care if they believe. Manifest the vision that no one else can see. I put in that effort like the underdog. Sweat on my brow with my back against the wall. It don't define me. Don't care if they believe. Manifest the vision that no one else can see. I put in that effort like the underdog. Sweat on my brow with my back against the wall. I've been going through this life like the underdog. I'm working hard like an underdog.
Was poppin'. What's poppin', everybody?
Live.
We're live. Look, day one of Monetize Your Brand Summit. Listen, I'm seeing the comments going crazy already. I'm seeing where y'all at. We got everybody. We got Karl. I don't know if you saw, like, it's worldwide. Okay, it is worldwide.
I am just listen, I'm excited just to be here with y'all because here's the thing, man. Like, again, we get to work a lot, behind our desk, right? And this is the opportunity that we just get to come out and just have fun, man, just to talk. All the stuff that we've been doing behind the desk, now we get to share with you the stuff that we've learned, all the stuff that we've been doing. So just excited to be here with everybody. I know, yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Sounds like he's speechless already.
I'm serious. No, for real.
Listen, if you are excited about day one, drop your favorite emoji. If you were here the last summit, we broke YouTube. Okay. I don't know if I'm trying to do that again because that was a little hectic. But if you are excited to be here for day one, I need to see your favorite emoji. Okay, that's all I'm asking for, right? But let's just get to it because we got a lot to talk about. Today we're talking about how to post consistent content. All right, that's been a huge struggle for a lot of people, and if that's a struggle for you, like, yo, Nikki, like, I need to figure out this formula of how to create consistent content. I need to be present. I hear y'all all the time. Like, drop a one. All right. Drop a one real quick if you really need help with consistency. All right. If you're here just because you're here, look, you're still going to learn something anyways. But, okay, I'm seeing those emojis now. Hold on. Can we just celebrate y'all for a minute? Cause y'all are super, super active. All right. If there's one favor that I ask, take a screenshot, put it on social, tell everybody to get their butt here. It's still early. Yeah. They can still come through. All right. If you're watching the replay, put in the comments and share the link out. Yo, I'm watching the replay of this. However you're watching this, we just need that favor. That's it. But Karl, you ready?
I'm ready.
You sure?
I am ready. Let's do this.
Okay. You said it. I'm just kind of honoring what you say. So let's let's get right to it, okay? You see our pretty faces. You see what we are. You know what I mean? But we are going to be talking to specific people today, okay? So I need some participation with this. All right, Karl's going to read out kind of the problems you may be having. And if this is you, right, type out what number you really resonate with. Like, yo, Nikki, I really need this. Karl, I really need these answers. So Karl, go read them out.
Yep, I got you. Hey, and what we decided to do is we structured this in a way that is real easy to understand. You know, a lot of people get on and just start talking, right? And we want to make sure you see the question. These are your questions, right? We literally did some research and figure out these are the questions that people struggle with the most as it relates to content creation and being consistent on social media. So we're like, well, let's just answer their questions instead of trying to be deep and say all that. So, like Nikki said, number one in the chat, right? If you just don't know what to post on social media, like you're excited about it, but you look at your phone and you kind of like, I'm not sure what to post. Just drop a 1 in the chat. All right. And I'm going to go through them quickly. But again, our whole presentation tonight, right, is going to be based on these 5 questions that you see. You're going to get the answers to these questions. So drop those 1s. All right. All right. Then the second one. Listen, I just don't have the time to post to social media. Like, that's a whole world in itself. Like, I got a job, I got kids, I got too much going on. I'm running a business, whatever. I don't have time for all that. Like, it's like, I don't have the time. How do I do it? Drop a 2 in the chat. All right. Drop those 2s if that's something that resonates with you. All right. Third one. All right. We on those 3s now. When do I post? Like, I'm cool creating content, right? I kind of got the hang of that, but like, I don't know when to expect, like, when should I put it out there? People like that. Is it better in the morning? Is it better in the afternoon? Is it better in the evening? Like, when should I post it? Drop a 3 in the chat if that's your question. All right. Got it. I'm seeing them. Now, number 4. All right. Man, there's so many doggone platforms out here. Like, what am I supposed to do? Is it LinkedIn? Is it Instagram? Is it Twitter? Is it YouTube? Like, I don't know which one. Like, how do I do it? Which one of these is the one? Like, I have no idea. Drop a 4 in the chat. All right, number 4. I got to get my hand in there, Nick. I was like, I had the 4. I can see it. The 4. All right.
There we go.
Drop a 4 in the chat if that's one's you. And then my number 5, last one. Man, I'm creating content. I'm comfortable creating content, right? I'm cool with the schedule and all that. But like, how many times a day do I have to post? Is it like once per day, once per week? Should I be, some people are saying I got to do it like 3 times a day. Like, how many times should I actually be posting? So drop a 5 in the chat. All right. 5 in the chat if that's you. And again, we're answering these questions tonight for you. That's it. Like, we're literally going to go through step by step and answer all these questions. So we got the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, the 5s. Are y'all ready? Are we ready? Nikki, you ready?
Read them one more time. Read them real quick though. You went.
All right. So again, you're dropping a 1 in the chat if you just don't know what to post. All right. Just drop a 1 in the chat. Number 2, you're dropping a 2 in the chat. I do not have time to post stuff on social media. It's a whole different world. I don't have time. All right. You're dropping a 3 in the chat. All right. Number 3, I don't know the best times to post. There's a lot going on. I don't know if it's morning, evening, night, whatever. Number 4, you're dropping a 4 in the chat. Man, it's so many platforms. Y'all say social media, but it's like 6 main platforms and then there are more. How do I know which platform? You're dropping a 4 in the chat. All right. And then last but not least, this is your question, man. How many times should I be posting? I don't know how many times to post every day, every week. I don't know. How many times should I be posting? You're dropping a 5 in the chat and we're ready to jump in and answer these questions for you.
So let's do this. I don't know for my 1s. I don't know what to post on social media. All right. First and foremost, let me look at y'all real quick. Okay. Some of y'all are creating content that really isn't you. Okay. We have to figure out what type of content we can create naturally. Okay. So my favorite question I like to ask y'all is if I ask you at 3:47 in the morning, if I wake you up cold in the eye, yo, Nikki, stop waking me up.
How do you always remember 3:47? Like, that's just the most random time. Like, you always say the exact same time.
I know, it's random, but that's why it's my favorite one. Okay. But Out of these four, video, audio, photos, written, right? If I wake you up at 3:47 in the morning, what can you create? Type that in the chat, type that in the comments, whatever you got. 3:47 in the morning, cold in your eye, hair looks crazy, right? Breath may be a little bit off, I don't know, depends on how you are, right? What can you create? Video, audio, photo, or written? Because this is what you have to create on a regular basis, okay? Some of y'all are trying to create all of this. And some of y'all have no business being in front of the camera right now. Y'all not comfortable, right? Some of y'all have no business writing. Like, that's not your thing. You have to get consistent first with one type, maybe one or two, but you have to master that first before you try all four. Now, I'm not saying you can't. There's no way you could do anything. But if we're talking about consistency, you have to go with your natural first and foremost. If you go the opposite way, just because everybody is doing that, right, this is where we hit that roadblock of, man, I don't feel like it. You don't feel like it because it doesn't come naturally to you, right? So we always say, if you are an extrovert, get in front of the camera. Look at me. Hello. Get in front of the camera, please. Like, we want to see you. We want to hear you. Okay? You could also do audio. Please do that, right? You have no business. And, maybe you like posing too. But I'm saying you have no business writing right now. Those carousels, those long posts, those long captions, that ain't you. My introverts, listen, stick with writing, stick with photos, stick with audio for the beginning. I'm not restricting you, right? But I'm saying to figure out that consistency, figure out what naturally comes to you. For my ambiverts, okay, those people that's like, Nikki, I'm an introvert and an extrovert. I do both of these things. I feel like I'm both. Well, when you don't feel like being in front of the camera, go write. When you don't feel like writing, be in front of the camera. You know what you can do, but you have to figure out a really good balance between content. What you got, Karl?
Yeah, no, the critical thing is, man, before you can create, so again, we're still answering question one. Before you can create, you have to understand yourself. Mm-hmm. That's the point that Nikki wants to drive home, because if you don't understand yourself, then it's going to be hard long term. And the goal is, how do I create this thing consistently, right? Well, you do it when it's natural to you. So find the style. And to Nikki's point, you can use more than one, right? But we want to make sure you lock into that one that's you. Like, man, when I come on camera, I light up. I know that that's me. When I write, there's something about writing that's therapeutic for me, and I can get my thoughts out better. Like, you got to know the one that's you. And once you identify that, that's your main. We're going to do that one. Actually, Nick, you could go to the next slide. We're going to do that one a larger percentage of the time than the others, right? So we took just a quick a statistic that we found, and we're sharing it with you. Here's what other people are doing, just so you get a perspective of it, right? So 64% of content creators are creating more, and I'll just generically categorize it as video content, right? So you got 64% of people just kind of leaning toward video. In terms of written, 61. So I know a lot of people would think, man, video's got to be the one, like it's more engaging, but look at the difference in percentage. It's like 61% of people are rocking with our written content, right? Visual as it relates to, posting infographics, charts, photos, that kind of stuff, 56%. And audio, we know the whole podcasting world compared to everything else is still newer, so that's growing. But you got a 38% of content creators that are now pushing podcasts, audiobooks, ebooks, that kind of stuff. So there's an audience for each one of these, right? And one of them fits you better than the others. We got to identify that clearly. And I'm talking about, once you know that thing, the joke I used to say is, man, when you find what you love and it works for you, let it kill you. Like, you do that till the day you die. Like, just live in that thing.
Just say that. Okay. So before you read that, I'm gonna look at y'all one more time, right? Listen. Do y'all know your audience Let's have this real conversation. All right? Do y'all know your audience? If you know your audience, like truly, like, yo, I know who I'm talking to, say yes. Okay? If you're kind of confused, if you're like, yo, real talk, and understand this is a safe space. Okay? We not judging. This is why we're here. We're here to help. Okay? So if you know your audience for real, say yes. If you don't, if you're like, yo, Nikki, Karl, I'm really trying to figure it out still. That's why I'm here too. Say no, or I'm figuring it out, right? But let's look at the basics. Like, this is some of the things you need to know off top, right? Not really name. You can name your person, right? You're talking to an audience, but if there's a specific name you want to call your audience, do that, right? Age range, you should know. Please do not, shout out to my people who do the Facebook boost and do from like 18 to 65 plus. Shout out to y'all. You've done it. It's okay, right? That's not your audience, okay? It's not your audience. Your brand is made for a specific age range, okay? Yes, you would want it to get out to everybody, right? But it's made for a specific age range, and you need to know that, right? Education, income, status, occupation. This is just some of the basic stuff you should know, okay? And if you do feel that, Nikki, I hear you, I get it, but I'm here and I'm trying to touch the world. Like, my product, my service, my content is for everybody. Like, it could touch everybody. This is why you're at a standstill. Your content isn't really growing and your following really isn't growing, because you're trying to talk to everybody, which talks to nobody. Because you're not specifically talking to an audience. You're shooting up in the air and hoping, and like, oh my God, can somebody see this? Can it? No? Okay, let me try again. Pew, pew, pew. No. Damn, okay. All right. I'll try tomorrow. Right? So you need to know at least those things from a basic standpoint. But this is what you really need to know. What is your audience desires? Okay? And we have a few desires. And you have to look at, even within yourself, why do you like certain brands? Does your brand help save or make money for your audience? Does it build a community? Does it gain status? And for people who are confused, what does that mean? What is gain status? Think about why we buy Rolexes. Think about why we buy Benzes, Bentleys. That's a status vibe. If I have this, it's a status vibe for all my, let's get a little nerdy, all my Web3 people. If you have a Bored Ape, that's a status symbol now for my NFT lovers, right? There's certain things that we look at that is like, if we hold it, if we're part of this, then that is, I have a certain kind of status, right? A desire to be generous. There's people that want to give to the world. If your brand allows them to give to the world, they rock with you, right? And then a desire to have a meaning or a purpose, right? And that's deep for a lot of people. Yep. So if your content, if your brand offers a solution for them to understand their meaning in their, industry, meaning in the world, meaning in their family, they're going to rock with that content a little bit better. So in the chat, real quick for us, what does your content, right, from an overall standpoint, which is pretty much your brand, but what does your content, which desire does it fill for your audience, right? And I'll show you real quick. Y'all need to take some screenshots of this, all right? Because you have to look every single time that you create content, which of these desires is it fulfilling for my audience? Okay, which desire? You could type the number, you could type out the name, whatever it is. Each time you are posting content, this fulfills this desire for my audience. This helps give them purpose. This helps them give back to the world. This helps them gain some status. Like, yo, you ain't in this group. You don't got this shirt. You don't have the ticket to this event, right? Building a community, a tribe. You're helping people have their own group, their own, like, they feel accepted, right? And of course, save money, make money. Another one that isn't in here, save time. That's another one. Does your content help you save time, right?
And Nikki, I want them to don't jump. I want them to make the connection because again, still on question one, if you're understanding who you are, now you understand who your audience is. Do you see how these are coming together? Like, oh, like now there's a lane for my creation. Everything I create should represent me, first of all. And then secondly, everything I create should speak to my audience. So I don't want, if I'm not building a community, like I don't really want to hear content about here's how we build a community. I'm just using that as an example. But if my audience is interested in making money, why am I sharing them stuff about, whatever else, right? I'm sharing them stuff about gaining status and popularity when their goal is to make money. Like you want to make sure your content is speaking directly to your audience. So it goes back to now Nikki asked you, what's the audience? Who are you talking to? Because if you don't know that, like Nikki said, I'm talking about you probably could be turning people off by creating content, right? If you don't understand what their needs are. So you could be actually doing yourself a injustice by now creating and it could be good content, but it's just for the wrong audience, right? So make sure you understand, again, first two parts of question one, we're not going too fast. I want to make sure you guys get it. Knowing who you are, knowing your audience. And now this next section, I think is our favorite of all. Now, how are we going to create that valuable content? So this is, I'll let Nikki lead this one because I know this is her absolute favorite.
A little bit. There's a part for you. There's a part for you. So let's set it up right. So you already know, and continue to write it in the chat. Continue to write it in the comments as we're going over this. You know what kind of content you are now going to be creating on a consistent basis, right? You already know your audience and the desires that you fulfill. But now we have to create valuable content, right? And of course, if you've heard any person who talks about branding and content and social media, you'll continuously hear, create valuable content, create it, do that now. And you're like, what in the world does that even mean? What is that? What is valuable content? Like, I get it, but what is valuable to my audience? What does that mean, right? So we're going to break it down in kind of like a formula status. All right. So this is where y'all going to need the screenshots. All right. I'm going to need y'all to get y'all notes ready. I'm going to need y'all to get y'all the screenshot situation taken care of, because this is an important formula to know. And if you understand this and you do it on a consistent basis, the results that are going to happen is going to be disgusting. I'm just saying, you can ask some of the people who's seen this. They could tell you. But it's called the SET formula. What does the SET formula mean? Stories, emotions, and triggers. Okay? With these three things, this is how you create valuable content that not only does your audience appreciate, but they're going to share. And when they share, that gets you in front of new people, and it gets you new people, you have a possibility of converting them into followers. Okay? So stories, emotions, and triggers. Now, I'm going to let Karl break down, because he is the master storyteller. Okay? Master storyteller. But to you, Karl.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I was ready to jump in, but you weren't done. I was ready.
To you, and then I'm going to give my version of what it is, right? To you, what is stories?
Man, so the very, very fundamental thing about humans is that we relate to each other. Like, I don't even want to be crazy, but like from the beginning of time, like we study history and all that, like it's all through stories. Like everything about life is translated through stories, right? I go and I joke, but you're married to the person that you're married to. You got spout, whoever, whatever relationship you're in, because of some story that you believe. Like everything about our life is rooted in the story that you believe. I I joke, iPhone, Android, right? You believe one story versus the other. And that's literally what made you make the purchase. It's the fact of however this company put this information out there, however this person put this information out there, that had an impact on you. You resonated with it or you didn't. Bad analogy. You got Biden, you got Trump. You resonated with one, not the other, right? But whatever it is, it's all stories. Everything that we come across on a day-to-day basis, it's a story that you either believe and you like and you rock with it, or you don't, right? And that's the fundamental root of how we want to create content, because you want to create content. We talked about audience, we talked about you. We want to create the content that now people can connect with you on. So you're going to tell stories about life, about you, what you're going through. Like, again, you know your audience, so you know the things that they need to hear, but it's not just what's the thing? You got to mix the medicine with a little sugar to get it go down sometimes, right? They may not only want the facts. It's not sexy to just facts all the time. Like, you can be able to share the same information with the right story and get people to buy into it, and they don't even know why they like you and rock with you, but it's because they connect with you from your stories.
Someone asked, are we live? Yes, we're live. Depending on when you're watching this, you may be watching the replay. But right now, we're live. But let me give my version of the stories. Understand, and I'll put it up real quick. Understand there's characters, there's a journey, and there's the success transformation, aka the happy ending. Let's think of any story, right? Karl set it up great. But this is when it comes to content for us, for you guys, this is where people will get to some tangible tips sometimes. This is where people are going to have functional value, because the hero, as you see with the little guy in the cape, that's your audience. That's not you. Sometimes we think we're the hero of our brand. That's not necessarily true. The hero is always the audience. The villain is going to be the pain point. What is the pain point that your audience has that needs to be solved? Okay, that needs to be fought with. Like, yo, we got to kill this thing. What is that pain point? Now, you're going to take them through a journey, right? That's part of the story. You're going to take them through a journey, whether that is tangible tips, whether that is, you taking them through the process behind the scenes, whatever it is, whatever your journey it is for your brand, you're taking them through a journey of how they're going to defeat this villain. And then at the end of your content, you're going to show them what success is, what the transformation is. What if they was to actually go through this exact journey? How would they feel? What would they get? What would the results be? Would they, going back to the desires, would they be saving money, making money? Would they be gaining status? Would they be building a community? Would they be giving back to the world? Will they understand their purpose a little bit more? Would they be saving time? Right? All through this particular part of creating a story. This is how deep it is. Like, content is not just a picture, boom, here you go. There it is. Here's a video. There's a whole thing that you're taking your people to. You're making them feel as if they're the central, the main attraction. You're showing them what they need to defeat. You're showing them exactly how to do it in a few steps or in a visual way, right? And then you're showing them, if you do it this way, this is how it is. And this is not just from an informational standpoint. This is from merchandise. This is for events. This is for motivation. This is for entertainers, right? This story is still needed for every single type of brand that is out there. And if you don't know how to tell stories, I'm going to ask you one question. How was your day? How was your day? If I asked you how your day was, how would you answer that? You probably have a bit of a dialogue. You know, that's a story.
That simple.
That's simple. Okay? That's simple. So, with that, you take that answer, right? As simple as that is, and start creating content. Stop overthinking. It's not that deep. I promise you it's not. You already know who your audience is. You know their pain points. How do you solve that? What are they going to get out of this? If they watch this content, what is the point of it? Right? So that's just, that's the story part of it. Now, Karl.
Now the emotion is, how do you tell that story, right? Because I could simply, like Nikki just asked, how was my day? Man, I got up at 2 a.m. and I couldn't sleep well. And, that's one way to tell the story. Or I could be like, yo, you won't believe I got up like 2 o'clock this morning. Like, the way I deliver that content to you creates a feeling, right? The first couple of seconds, you was like, okay, this dude depressing as all get out. Then I said it again with just a different level of energy. And all of a sudden, like, you probably kind of like jumped a little bit because I got louder, right? It's all about how I make you feel. And this is, I would say, Nikki, this is the secret sauce of content creation, because there are now so many different little nuances, so many things you can use, from obvious music, right? I'm saying content, but I can put music under the content. You guys watch videos all the time. Better example, scary movie, you mute it and all of a sudden it's not scary anymore. Like, how does that work? Because the music adds to that, right? It adds emotion to it. So now all of a sudden it's just like, yo, it's not even scary anymore because one element of it is gone. Or flip it and you listen to the music, but you close your eyes and all of a sudden it's, you don't see it, so it's not scary anymore. So we can use so many different elements. Nikki had to pull me back, y'all. I was geeking out a little bit, but I'll just mention it. Shapes, colors, all that kind of stuff can actually influence how you feel, right? It's no, what do you call it? Nikki, give me about 10 seconds to geek out. 10 seconds. But I just did a road trip with my family, and everybody can guess what's the most popular thing that you see on exits, them golden arches, right? And you understand that they use the colors red and yellow. They mean stuff, right? So when you talk about creating emotion, there's so many different ways. They literally, and I was reading it, it said that red makes your it increases your, like, it makes you feel to be more active, the color red, which increases your blood flow, which makes you hungrier faster. Just something that simple. But you talk about just creating emotion. Everything that we say or do, you can make somebody feel a certain way. And again, we're talking to your audience. They're the heroes, like Nikki said. How do you want them to feel after consuming a piece of content that you just created? That's the magic question. If you want them to feel happy, then we could do that, right? If you want them to feel sad, we can do that. But we have to, this is the root of connecting on a human level. Like, we all have feelings, we all have emotions, and you can use these elements, like I said, audio, video, colors, whatever shit. You can use all this stuff to create that what you want that person to feel. And this is the one thing I'll say, Nikki, I'll get back to you. But like, don't underestimate that. Like I always say, you have the power to control what somebody sees, hears, and ultimately feels. Like, think about that for a second. Like, please. You literally can control how I feel. I'm sitting here this morning, I didn't feel well or whatever, and I look at a piece of content you create and it has the power to make me feel better. We can't take that power lightly. So when I talk about emotion, like, I get super passionate because to me, that's like the core of, I have the ability to impact how you feel. Beautiful, Nikki. Look at this. Like, I want you to just write the word that comes to mind when you see this. Just give me one word. You see this image here. Truthfully, we really don't know much of the story, but write one word that comes to mind as you're seeing this image. Like, dude is crying, he's holding down. There's a lot of emotion in this. Good, bad, I don't know, right? I want you to write the word. Write the word that's coming to your mind as you see it, all right? Just first, don't think. Like, just write, just blurt it out. Like, just type whatever comes to mind as you see, this image. Just write those words out. Yep, I see somebody put victory. Somebody's like, damn, overjoyed. Yep. Now look at the second image. Watch this. I don't have facts on this, but I'm betting that if this were you or me in that picture, we would probably lead off with this first image and not show the first one. I mean, we'd lead off with the image that you see now, not show the first one with the crying. And for good reason, right? Man, we won. I'm cutting the nets down. We got cool. Like this, everybody can relate to this. But you just missed out on so much. Go back to the first one, Nikki. You just missed out on so much. I am curious, like, yo, what happened to my man when I look at this? Like, yo, what happened? If I just saw this, I'm going on Google right now to look up, like, yo, what happened? Who's number 22? What happened? And you understand now, just by doing that, you've created engagement. You've made me feel something by looking at this photo first. And now you got me interested. Now I'm going to go search more into your content. Right now, I'm going to go figure out, yo, what happened? Now you got me locked in. Now I'm on your page. Now I'm on your social media. You have me there. You see what I'm saying? Just from posting this one image. So again, forgive me. I get excited when I see, like, when we talk about emotion. I mean, oh, this is, yeah, sorry. Let's play this
Ready?
one. Let's play this one.
Okay.
We talk about emotion. Listen, I do not care what kind of day you were having before that moment. You smiled, you laughed. I don't care. I don't care what just happened. You had to stop and acknowledge. And again, we just shifted you from, one extreme emotion where you don't know if the guy was crying, sad, you don't know what was going on. So now you just got a little kid, 4 or 5 year old, whatever. My man is getting it. He is getting it, enjoying. I'm still trying to figure out where he learned them dances at that age. Because he was like rocking on beat. Like he wasn't just like, what I'm saying, wilding. But just a piece of content like that, look at the power that it has. And that's what I want you to think about as you are thinking about creating content.
Fire.
Yeah, little man was getting it.
Let's talk about the last one. As far as, not the last slide, people. Not the last slide, okay?
We still in question one, y'all. Y'all don't know.
Yeah, we still in question one. Let's talk about triggers, okay? We talked about story, talked about emotions. Now we talked about triggers, which is all about mindset shift. Okay? You have to understand, if we break it down into something very simple, you got to give people the story, something to give them tangible, right? That they can understand. Then you got to evoke some type of emotion, and now you got to change their mindset, because once you change their mindset, now you can get them off the platform. Because at the end of the day, that's the goal. I don't care what you say. We're not trying to keep them on social media. Don't think we're only doing this for views and followers and everything like that. We don't own none of this. So we have to change their mindset shift, right? Their mindset, look at that. They change their mindset, so when we tell them we're ready to take you to the next level, they're ready. They don't need prepping, right? So when we talk about triggers, we're talking about, let's start with, because I don't want you to only think it's video. This is, if you see it strategically, we're showing photos, we're showing videos, we're showing written. Shout out to Madi, right? But really, shout out to Kurt, because he inspired this post, right? Respect the content, not the follower count.
All right.
Let me say that one more time. Respect the content, not the follower count. Okay? That's a mindset shift. Because some people will only look at the following count and think, yo, that brand is popping. But do you know if they bought the followers? Do you know how they got the followers? Is it all genuine? Right? But the content will speak for itself. That's a mindset shift, right? Now, let's look at this. And y'all tell me how you feel after watching this. Okay?
If you're not willing to do it every single day, you're not going to beat the man that's doing it every single day. I'm not the best. I'm not better than Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Les Brown. I'm not the best. But they have not outworked me. They better than me. They speak better than me. I got a GED, doggone it. It took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree. They better than me. I just get up every day at 3 and give you a video. I just get up every day at 12 and give you another one. I just get up at 5 and give you another. I'm not the best. I'm a beast.
Sheesh. Shout out to E. It's one of my favorite
I'm
parts.
I'm
One of my
not the
favorite.
best. I'm a
I need that
beast.
as a shirt. I'm just letting you know that. I need that as a shirt. But it's a mindset shift.
Well,
A mindset.
yeah,
So
clear. I don't want people to hear it. The mindset shift is the fact that he's saying like there may be people that got more education than me. Who can relate to that? Every one of us. There may
mhm.
be people that have done, other stuff that seem deeper than me. All of us can relate to it. But what I'm going to do, shift, is get up earlier and work every single day. Boom, mindset shift.
Talk about it. But
Yeah.
y'all got that? If you got that, put your favorite emoji. All right? Favorite
Yep.
emoji. Now you
Hey, y'all
know.
notice how she stutter every time she say emoji? She's scared that YouTube gonna get shut
You
down
you
again.
already know. You already know. Put your favorite emoji. Just sporadically. Don't put it all at once. But um, that you know what type of content you're going to create. You know who your audience is, and you know how to create the set formula in order to give valuable content to your audience. Okay? Now, we got to talk about question 2.
Hey, I
If you
promise the other one's gonna be a little shorter.
Oh yeah. No, I wanted to get the content piece. I wanted y'all to understand this, but we got some bonuses and everything like that. I don't have time to post on social media. If that is you, type 2. All right, type 2. Take this screenshot. You need a social media manager. I get it. I understand. All right. Let me look at you. I know you're like, Nikki, I don't like social media. This ain't it. It's not for me. I don't want to post every single day. We just gave you a whole bunch of things to post, okay? Gave you a whole bunch of ideas, right? Now, where do I put it? I got to give it to my social media manager. Well, these are your social media manager. Okay? Majority, well, I'll say 2-3 of them either start or are free 99. Free for people who don't know what free 99 is, because I was just on a live and I said free 99 and he said $3.99. I said no, free 99. Okay. So this is free for the most part, but there are paid plans. Okay, these are scheduling apps. This is going to allow you to take the content that you are creating and plan it out throughout the week so you can go about being yourself, have a life, have a career, worry about other stuff. I don't want you to worry about posting every single day if that's not your strong point. Use these apps, okay? So Facebook Creator Studio and Business Suite is free 99. This is going to allow you to do Facebook and Instagram, right? It's not going to let you do other platforms, but Facebook and Instagram, it allows you to do everything you need to do for free, okay? Then you have Later, Planoly, Buffer, Sprout Social. Sprout Social is a little bit on the expensive side, but their reports are really, really great. Okay, really great. So if you do not have time to post, you need a social media manager. Welcome. This is your social media manager team. Okay? Take that screenshot. You feel me? Now,
All right. Oh man. Let me
I
read it,
done.
Nikki. I'll
Oh,
let
you
you
got
get
it.
go. I'll read it. Number 3, put that 3 in the chat if this is you again. I don't know the best time to post. Like I know I gotta create, but I don't know the best time to post. Somebody help me. Nikki, help me, please. Like,
I
how
got
do I
you.
know when to post?
So it's all in your analytics. Okay? It's all in your analytics. This is an example of Instagram and Facebook, right? I'm going to say this. There's not, and with the algorithms how they are right now, there's no such thing as the best time anymore. If you hear separate, they lying, okay? We've seen, I could post first thing in the morning and sometimes it's trash. We've seen afternoon, evening, it's trash sometimes. It's just the algorithm, right? But what you do want to do is go when your people are the most active. And the best way to look at that is in your analytics, right? Where it tells you Your followers are active in these particular times. This is an example. If you go into your analytics that, hey, this is where your people are on. Now, that does not guarantee, I want to stress this. This does not guarantee that if you post at the peak time, you're going to get the maximum reach. No, it doesn't guarantee, but it does help a whole lot. I mean, a whole lot. If you do it at the time where people are active. If you do it at a time where people are asleep, not that active, it could possibly go, right? But at the same time, you're chancing it, okay? So I'm saying this and I'm stressing this. If we want to go very, very basic, if you say, Nikki, I hear you, I get it, give me a time still. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, if you want to do that, okay? We're on our phones all of those times. If you want to go very basic, right? But if anybody gives you specific times, that's not fair because everybody's audience is different. Everybody is not on the same time. My audience is not going to be on when your audience is, okay? Eric Thomas' audience is not on. Some of them are up at 3 o'clock in the morning. My people are not up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely
Your people
not.
just went to bed at that time.
Yeah, no, we sleep. Okay, we're probably on our first dream or our fifth dream. We're definitely not waking up. Okay, so it always depends on your audience and your analytics to figure out that formula of when is the best post. So I don't want you to hear other people on it's 4 p.m. to 7 in Central and East Coast time. That's a lie. It's a lie. Okay? It's a lie. All right, Karl.
This is the one that you probably get the most. So, Nikki, I've been on YouTube the last 2 weeks and I posted content there.
Yep.
And then I jumped to IG and I dropped some stuff there. But like, man, I ain't really getting no results here. I'm not sure. LinkedIn seems to be growing now. Like, I'm gonna jump there. Like, man, where do I go, Nikki? How do I know which platform is the one that's gonna give me all my followers?
They're everywhere. Okay? They're everywhere. What I want people to do, and I suggest people do, is find the platform that you feel the most comfortable in. First and foremost. The same way that we talk about figure out what's naturally your vibe when it comes to content, I'm going to tell you the same way. There's an audience everywhere. Now, what we are going to show you is kind of just like from Gen Z to millennials to Gen X to baby boomers, where are they chilling at? So I'm going to suggest you guys take this screenshot, right? As far as just understanding the platforms. But I really need you to know that everybody's everywhere. I don't know a single person that doesn't have multiple platforms. But does that mean you have to be posting in multiple platforms? No. You have to understand that majority of your favorite influencers have mastered one platform and repurposed the rest. Okay? So we don't ever really identify influencers and personal brands as, oh, that's so-and-so from social media. We never really do that. We say, oh, that's so-and-so from YouTube. That's the dope YouTuber. Yo, that's the person from TikTok. That's the person from LinkedIn. Yo, they have a really dope Facebook watch video over there. Like, you identify a person with a platform, right? Mm-hmm. So don't feel as if you have to be everywhere. You master one and repurpose on all. You don't really, like, yes, you want to have different experiences on these different platforms. So that's just another lesson for another time. But I want you to know and not feel pressure to be on everything. Because as you can see, there is an audience everywhere. Now, there's some that are more than others, and this is why it's important to understand the age range, right? Because it can help you narrow down which platform to be on. But all in all, I don't see one that doesn't have any. They're everywhere. So Concentrate on one, master one, repurpose on the others. You feel me?
Yep. All right. So I definitely heard I got to be consistent. So I am going to start posting Nikki 17 times today. That's got to help me to grow fast, right? Like if I post that much,
Yeah.
everybody's going to look at it and I'm going to post. Is that the strategy, Nikki? How do I get this thing to work?
So let's have that conversation. Now we've heard post once a day. We've heard 3 times. Shout out to the master investor. He's like, I'm posting 8 times a day. There's some people who OD on it. Who am I to tell you how many times to post? Okay. We don't go off feelings. We go off facts, right? And we go based off your analytics. So you have to figure out what you can really do every single day. Like, not because you have some free time this week. Okay, let's have a serious conversation. How many of y'all were posting a whole guap during the pandemic when we were stuck at the crib? Like, how many of y'all were like, God, I got nothing but time to post content. I could go live 9 times. How many people did we see go live like every single day? Who you knew we're not going live on a regular basis. But then when the outside happened, they were gone. Okay? So we have to build data to prove to ourselves based off of our brand, because our brand is special, our brand is unique, right? And so no one size fits all. We have to say, yo, realistically, I could post 2 times a day. Realistically, I don't know if it's going to work. Let me see. And you post 2 times a day for about 3 to 4 weeks, and you take the analytics and you see if it's really effective or not, based off your goals, based off, are you trying to get more engagement? Are you trying to get more followers? Are you trying to convert? What are you trying to do? Based off your goal, you go look at, okay, I've done 2 times. All right, nah, that's good enough. Yo, I did 5 times. You know what? This month, my goal is this, and I can post 5 times a day. Don't let us say not post 5 times. Let the analytics show that. Okay, let your platform say, nah, homie. These ones that you do, they're not hidden. I'm not. So you gotta pay attention. And even for my people who do not like analytics, do not like looking at charts, I get it. Don't like looking at insights, I get it. But for a time period, you have to understand it. You really, really do. I hate looking at charts. I hate looking at analytics. I'm trying to figure that part out now for YouTube. And I'm looking at it every single day. As if I am. Because if you look at it and you try to pay attention to it and you make some adjustments as you're going, you're going to figure it out. You're going to figure out your content formula. So it always depends on your analytics and what you honestly can do. Don't say, I'm going to do this, and you really don't have the resources to do it, whether it's time or whether it's a team. Those people who are saying, I can post multiple times, okay, I will say this. Those people that say post everywhere 4 times a day, 5 times a day, they normally have a team. Okay? You see Eric Thomas posting multiple times. He has a team. You see Gary V, he has a team of 15. Probably more now. Okay? The people that you're seeing super active, they probably have a team, right? So understand your analytics and understand your resources. Now, look, look at our time.
Hey, I just want to ask them real quick before you get there. We got some bonuses, y'all. Don't go nowhere. I told y'all we was gonna get through these questions quick, but again, y'all had the 5 questions. Just give me a 1 in the chat. Like if you got answers to your questions, just give me a 1 in the chat. We went through all 5 questions, and I just want to make sure you guys got your answers, got your screenshots. Make sure y'all hang around. We got a couple of bonus things that y'all don't want to miss. All right, and I promise we're not gonna be like here for no 3 hours. I promise.
No. No.
Yeah, no, not at all. But I just want them ones in the chat. Let me make sure that you guys are getting that value out of this because we're doing this for you. We don't just want to just give content to give content. All right. So ones in the chat, I'm seeing them. Okay, we good.
So,
all right, we can jump into our bonuses now. Come
okay.
on.
Y'all ready for the bonuses? So look, real quick, ready? We're talking about creating consistent content. And for those who haven't been consistent, I want you to at least concentrate on a Monday through Friday kind of vibe. Okay? So I'm going to say take a screenshot, but I got something for y'all in a bit, right? Here's a really quick Monday through Friday situation. Because some people think we have to create every single day. And that's not true, right? We have, if you've been on social media for at least a year, you have content that you could repurpose. If you follow other industry leaders, thought leaders, right? If you want to say competitors, go ahead, right? You can use other people's content and put your own perspective on it. You can use themes like Throwback Thursday. So in this example, which some people could use, some people you could switch it up however you want to make it, right? But I don't want you to feel like you have to create every day. So on Monday, let's create something new. Let's do that on Monday, right? Saturday, Sunday, you create it if you're a planner, right? Boom. Then Tuesday, let's use some user-generated content. So what do I mean by that? Because some people think that's instantly like a testimonial or somebody using our products and services. Let's say LeBron James dunks like crazy, right? You could take that dunk and say, this is how I'm executing this week, right? This is how my launch is doing, right? You flip it into your own brand, to your own perspective, right? So that's one thing. The next day, repurpose content. Go back to the content that maybe you felt didn't hit right or did numbers and you just want to bring it back to life. Repurpose that. Throwback Thursday, show behind the scenes. Show what you were doing before. Show what, if you did a book, show what the book looked like before it got released, which was a blank piece of paper and a pen, right? Show a throwback of your brand. And then Friday, create something new. So that's twice. That's twice only that you create something new out of a whole week. So it takes the pressure off of you, right? Now, of course, we have National Day Calendar, which is those themes. Like some days are going to be like Donut Day, National Donut Day, National Flippers Day. If it makes sense for your brand, use that, okay? Whew.
This one is like the cheat code.
Oh, man, this is going to be great. So, shout out to the people who, what do I want to say? Was on my stories, my Instagram stories earlier saying, why they struggle with consistency. And one of them was like, I don't have ideas. Like, I struggle with figuring out content ideas. So, here are some places to find some content ideas. All right. Answer the Public and contentideas.io. You literally put a keyword in and it gives you topics, whether from Answer the Public gives you a bunch of questions that you can answer through your content, or on Content Ideas, it gives you some of the content pieces that are already out there that could inspire you. Okay, it's going to calculate and grab everything that's on the web right now and put it in one location, right? So answerthepublic.com and contentideas.io. Now, from a little bit more of a manual standpoint, YouTube trending videos, Twitter trending section, and Instagram Explore page are really dope places to get inspired for different content ideas and even different content types. Okay, so if you want to stay up to date, relevant, get inspired, some of these ideas are right on the platforms that you use. Right, so that's answerthepublic.com, contentideas.io, and then YouTube trending videos, Instagram Explorer page, and Twitter trending section. Okay?
Were you looking at the clock? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, the moment you finished, it literally turned to 8 o'clock.
I got one more
Shout
though.
out to Nikki for being, I'm talking about like the most time efficient person ever.
I do this.
Good stuff.
I do this. I'm
Good
only gonna
stuff.
be a few minutes off. I'm gonna be a few minutes off. But
Just literally, this is our last slide. I think this is the last slide,
yeah,
right?
it's the last slide. It's the last slide. See? Apps. I know that is something people are like, Nikki, Karl, what are the apps that we need to have to create content? Okay, you told us the different types. You showed us what to do. Now, how do I do it? Here we go. From a high standpoint, from an editing standpoint, we have Adobe Suite, Final Cut, and DaVinci Resolve, right? Now, Adobe Suite does include Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe Rush, Photoshop, Illustrator, has all that. So when I say Adobe Suite, I mean all of that, right? Now, from an app standpoint, from your phone, because that's on the laptop, we got for video, CapCut, which is my favorite, okay? CapCut, InShot, and Video Leap. From a graphic standpoint, we have Canva, Adobe Spark, Headliner, and V.io. Now, Headliner and V.io are more for audiograms. So for those who say, yo, I can do audio, those last two are going to help you turn your audio into video, okay? They'll create those audio waves or photo slides. Snapseed for photos. Snapseed, Visco, and Lightroom will help you edit your photos as if you are a photo editor. So for people who are like, I don't have a team, I do not have a team, you now have a video editor and a photo editor. Before you had a social media manager. Now you have a whole media suite, okay? So,
Hey, screenshot. Make sure y'all screenshot this.
right. Let's do some questions, but real quick, fast, in a hurry. Let me see if I can put it. Hold on, y'all know I'm spontaneous. You feel me? You know I'm spontaneous. Let me see. I'm gonna drop something in the chat real quick. Real quick, fast, in a hurry if I can find it. There we go. And it's a link. It's a bit.ly link that those bonuses that you just saw is in a Dropbox for you to download, plus a frame for you to put on your stories to say you were here and what lessons you learned, okay? Okay? So I'm dropping that right now. Boom. And I'm going to pin it real quick for my people. If I could do that. There we go. Boom. I think it did it. Yeah, it did.
Yep,
so you will see that. And if I could get the frame, Nick, can you text that? Oh, I got it. Whee! Bear with me real quick. Probably be really fast. Yay! So you're going to get a frame like this that is going to be in that link, okay? And if there's any problems, let me know. You're going to type out in your stories, yo, what are you committed to, right? Based off what you saw right here, what are you committed to? Yo, I'm committed to being on social media, posting 7 times a day, 3 times a day, 1 time a day. I'm committed to show up every single day doing my natural. Whatever you want to commit to based off the information that you got from here. What are you finally going to commit to your brand? Okay? That's what I really want to go over. Like, when I get tagged, when Deeper Than the Brand gets tagged, we want to see what you're committed to. Because we're not saying this information just cause. All right? We don't, like, there's a purpose to this. We want to see you grow. We want to see those following count go up. We want to see those engagement counts go up. Okay? But you have to be committed first. You have to be like, yo, I'm going to stop posting everywhere. I'm going to master this platform. I commit to this platform. I commit to really understanding my analytics. I commit to really breaking down who my audience is. Like you commit to those particular things. Okay? So the Dropbox is there. I want you all to download it. It comes with a bonus, real quick, fast. And I may add some more. Let me see what I have so far in there. I have the ideas in there. You know what? Hold on. In real lifetime, let me see if I can.
While you look for that, I just want to say, guys, we just did an hour of education training. And I read a quote that said, for every hour of training you do, you should do an hour of application. Right. So that's what Nicky's pushing right now. Like, again, it's cool to learn and absorb, and we get excited when we sit and we absorb information. But until we do something with it, like nothing has changed. Right. So that's our challenge for you now. After you sat here, you got everybody said you got something from this. So we want you to apply now. You just, whatever it is you want to commit to, you apply that thing. I'm talking about like starting tomorrow, or when you get up, right? You got the calendars, I don't even know all the bonuses, Nikki. She making this up as we do this now.
Oh, it's right. Like, y'all need to refresh that link that I just gave y'all. Y'all need to refresh it because I just added more stuff. Those last 3 slides, those bonuses, they're all in there. So the calendar is in there. All right. The content ideas are in there, and the apps are in there right now. I'm saying, try to do something different. Karl, how you feeling?
I am feeling great. Hey, we said we did what we said. We said an hour. We don't want to take too much of your time. We just want to make sure that you guys are learning as we've learned, right? We're sharing the stuff that we got, man.
Look, that's what we got. Look, hold on. Make sure something real quick, fast, in a hurry. Hold up.
Every time she say that, I get scared because that means she's just doing something that we did not plan.
No. It's nothing that we didn't plan. It's nothing we didn't plan. I promise you. Okay. Listen, day 2. Day 2. We bringing on Mr. Course himself, Mr. I got courses. All right. I monetize courses. I make people millions. We got Jose in the building tomorrow talking about, and listen, let me break this down, okay? Jose's not regular, all right? For those who follow the 9 to 5 millionaire, Jamal King, you may have heard of a certain course, Make Real Estate Real. Jose did that. If you are in Breathe You, Eric Thomas online university, Jose did some of that. Probably shout out to some of the influencers in Atlanta, okay? He probably touched some of their courses.
I'm just saying, how long you want to go with this list? Because I'm
gonna keep it there. I'm gonna keep it there. Okay. I need y'all to tune in tomorrow. He's bringing in the heat. He's trying to teach y'all. Not trying. He's going to teach y'all how to take what's in here, what's in your brain, and how to finally monetize it in a system. Y'all need systems.
I was gonna say this real quick. Like, again, some of you thinking like, man, I ain't got no course. Man, I read an article about a young lady she was working somewhere doing Excel, and during the pandemic, so recently, right, she literally created content based on what she was doing every single day. She was using Excel, so she literally started teaching people how to use Excel. You're doing something. You got a job. Somebody, a plumber, whatever. You have information, and the gift that Jose has, man, is being able to help you like find that information and package it in a way that other people can benefit. You're not the only person on planet Earth that doing what you do or want to learn what you do. So this is your opportunity I'm talking about like really absorb this content, and I promise you're going to see yourself and your content in a different way after tomorrow.
Yep. I'm so selfish. I'm only thinking about the people who are on live. So hold on. Let me see if I can do this real quick. This is where it's kind of a freestyle. Hold up.
I told you. Anytime she said real quick.
Yeah, no. Let's see. Here we go. All right.
Got it.
Boom. All right. This is the link. It's a bit.ly link for those people who are watching the replay or who just can't find it in the chat. This is where you're going to get the Dropbox. So you can get the frame, right? And say that you are here. And then as well as getting those bonus slides. Okay. So bit.ly/day1MYB. You feel me? Well, look, we're out. We got to go. All right. We want to stay true to our time and honor your time, not overload you. We gave you a lot today. We gave you a lot. So share with the people what your favorite lesson was, what you're committed to. I'm excited to see y'all tomorrow. I have my notepad ready for when Jose comes through. All right. It's going to be a vibe. It's going to be a vibe.
2 more days, man. 2 more days. We got tomorrow and Thursday. So make sure y'all lock in.
That's 2 more
why we're
hours.
trying to make sure. Right, 2 hours. That's why we're trying to make sure we don't, go crazy tonight and go long, because we know that we want you guys back tomorrow fresh, right? Like Nikki said, with your notes and stuff, and then we're back again Thursday. So make sure y'all lock in, man. We have Nikki. Any closing words?
Nope. You already know what I'm gonna say.